Bobby Lee, TigerBelly. We're back. And I'm here with Gilbert, Pink Dick, and my beautiful Coloco.
With A cups.
And she just had her surgery. She got out a couple days ago.
And it was a fucking nightmare. Of all fucking nightmares.
Tell them what happened, babe.
So the surgery itself went absolutely perfect. As you guys already know, I have an existing heart condition. And so the concern was that under anesthesia, my heart would pop off. But it didn't. However, 12 hours after surgery, while I was in a recovery center, my heart then decided it wanted to pop off. And so the paramedics were called, 911 was called, I was transferred to UCLA Hospital, and for 10 hours straight, I was having back-to-back heart rhythms, dangerous rhythms. My heart rate was over 200. They couldn't get it back down. I was sweating. I couldn't breathe. Basically a nightmare scenario. After that, because I have Kaiser Permanente insurance, they wanted me to transfer to the Kaiser right by my home, where I had my cardiologist and my surgeon on deck and who wanted me there. Instead, Kaiser, being the fucking HMO asshole that they are.
Not everyone.
No, this fucking Kaiser. Kaiser is a fucking asshole.
Not everyone in the establishment, though. There are some good ones. In
my cardiologists are good. They send me to a Kaiser an hour away from home. They fucking unceremoniously dump me in an ER. Mind you, I had 10 hours of a heart episodes. They don't hook me up to a monitor. No one helps me to the bathroom for an hour. I call my call light for my nurse. I'm screaming for somebody to fucking help me, and nobody fucking helps me. I call my stepdad and say, hey, call the front desk of the ER here because no one has come to my room to help me. I can't breathe. I have to pee. He calls, and then finally a male nurse comes in. And then I say, hey, I need to be helped to the bathroom, but I don't want a male nurse to be touching my vagina. Can you call any woman to help me with my undergarments? I have blood drains. I have tubes all over my body. All over. And all I ask is that someone can take me 3 steps to the fucking bathroom to help me with my undergarments. Instead, a female nurse comes in and she's like, I'm gonna put a catheter in you. And I said, no, lady, you are not gonna put a catheter in me. All I need is some fucking assistance. She storms off angry. I hear her and the doctor talking shit about me because at this point I'm crying and frustrated. Doctor comes in and I say, hey doctor, I have pain meds in my backpack over there. Would you mind if I take those pain meds? The doctor then picks up my backpack, throws it on my fucking surgical site with all my drains, throws it on me, and he goes, you do whatever you want.
Now this fuck, what's his name, babe?
I'm not going to say, I can't say
it.
This fucking cocksucker, I swear to fucking God, if I wasn't in Hollywood working that day, doing my Hollywood shit, dude. Right?
Love on Netflix.
I would have fucking...
He was on set all day.
I would have fucking killed you, bro.
And you
don't ever do that to my girl. And when I heard about that, I fucking went into a conniption fit.
I think everybody did. This was, my sister and my whole family was with me up until that hour that all of this happened, because there was like a transfer situation going. And I just want to fucking say to any medical staff out there, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're a fucking CNA, if you're a janitor, look, dude, you took a vow to help people. So make that vow mean something.
Yeah.
I was there. Literally helpless, afraid. My heart was popping off. Fuck you. You know what? You weren't there, Bobby.
I know, but I want to say,
What was the text messages I was sending you?
I know all
SOS, help me. I can't breathe.
Baby, I tell you.
You're trying to make money. I understand.
You
I don't
did call your stepdad,
man.
though, and like let him know.
Oh, my
what the
stepdad fucking ripped into them. I'm going to file a grievance.
Let me tell you something right now. I am going to
fuck
stick
Kaiser, and I'm going to fucking...
stick a dynamite in this doctor's butthole, light it on fire. And then when I see the fucking... You know what I mean? The mess I make. I'll stick my dick in that fucking gape with the blood. No,
you
shut the
do
fuck
that,
up,
baby.
man.
I hope you fucking
This is what I'm
do
gonna
that.
do. And I'm gonna go. What do you think of that?
He's dead at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
And I have another complaint, major complaint. I got my breast done by a guy named Dr. Kim from Beverly Hills. I'm gonna say his name. If only because if nothing goes wrong in your surgery, he is a good doctor. He makes great breasts. Yeah. But if if you have so much as a single complaint about your breasts, he has the worst bedside manners. He will not help you through your process. He's the guy who put my initial implants in, and guess what the fuck they found on my left breast?
What?
Black water.
Oh.
Yeah.
My new surgeon said she had never seen anything like that.
You know what that is? Korean black magic.
You put that in there?
Wait, you put black
No,
water
he's
in
Korean,
there?
Mr. Kim.
Oh.
Dr. Kim. And he put an old Pusong spell inside that breast. You know what happened?
What?
It backfired. Because what that was supposed to be a smoke, it turned into liquid. You know why? Because I'm a wizard. I'm a Korean wizard. And we're in a war.
We're in a fucking war. So my final...
Where the fuck were you going?
What, is Eric here yet?
He's gonna be here soon.
I think he's here now.
Let me just say my final statements regarding this. The last 5 days have been fucking traumatic.
Yeah.
You haven't been there for any of it, unfortunately.
I was there making money for the family.
You throw money at my tears, which is okay.
You know what? Okay. When you say that, it hurts my feelings.
Why?
Because what if we were poor? It would be more difficult.
If we were poor, Papa, we would be divorced because there's no way you know how to show me love.
What?
Because you throw money at my tears, and if we were poor, what would you throw at my tears?
Love.
Okay, anyways, let's move on.
What was that?
I love you. I love you,
Okay,
Papa.
I love you too.
Okay, my final word on this. I usually don't like to talk shit about doctors and their establishment, but treat this as a Yelp review, right? We're all allowed to give our Yelp reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. David Kim in Beverly Hills, worst bedside manners
How many
out
stars?
of any fucking doctor
Out of 5
ever.
stars.
He makes great tits, but if anything goes wrong, 0 fucking stars.
Boom.
0. Fuck him. Fuck the black water you put in my left titty. And fuck Kaiser Harbor City. And you know what? Just fuck Kaiser. I'm medicated right now. Maybe I'm a little angry. I'm allowed to say
You're
the
allowed
shit,
to.
right?
But from God's words to your ears. Well, I don't know what the saying says, but you know what I mean. From when you're our mouth to God's ears, and then
Yes.
vice versa. She's healthy.
I'm healthy. I'm
and
alive.
She's alive.
Yes.
And I just throw money at her tears.
Yeah.
And I'm a piece of shit.
No, Papa.
You know what I mean? And if I didn't, you know what I mean, she wouldn't be here. But
It's true. Come here.
But Eric's here.
Eric's here.
Do you want me to go get him?
You go get him.
We'll go get him, and then let's cut this. And I love you. Thank you.
Oh.
We're friends again.
And by the way, the debut of George.
Oh, hi. Yeah, George is here, everybody.
George on camera.
George is on camera.
And then we're gonna talk about why we didn't air last. We took off last week.
Yes, we're gonna get
thing.
into why we took last episode down last week. We're gonna get into the whole explanation and also why we didn't have a vlog today.
Yes.
So go get Eric and let's start the podcast.
All right, guys. I'm going to cut right now. All right, bye, guys.
Okay, so finally we have our third guest appearing on TigerBelly, and we've been really very picky about who we bring onto the show. We had Asa Akira, you know what I mean, the number one, the best
The porn
queen.
Porn queen of the world.
We had my friend Charlie Finn, white actor, you know what I mean, and then now we have my friend Erik Griffin, who is on the show Workaholics, and he's also on a new show coming out on Showtime called, what's it called?
I'm dying up here.
I'm Dying Up Here with Jim Carrey is producing it, and it's about the Comedy Store in the 70s. It's like a period piece,
Oh, wow. Specifically about
right?
Comedy Store.
And Eric's playing the
sort of.
prior character. What?
I don't think they even know.
But you're like a combinations of a bunch of characters.
Probably. I think I was at the Comedy Store one night, and first of all, let me just say, like, all these images in the room is very distracting.
Okay. Like what?
Like this naked picture of you in front of me.
Okay.
And I try to look away from it, and then there's you in your underwear in live. You know, like. So anyway.
Well, the thing is that I'm proud of who I am,
okay.
and I like who I am, and I'm going to show you who I am. And there's nothing fucking you can do about it.
I mean, obviously, I feel trapped.
Yeah.
The door's closed. There's a white guy in front of the door. I can't even get by him.
Well, because you're not going to leave until you're done.
You're blocked.
You're blocked. So go ahead, tell me.
Okay, so I'm come to the store one night. It's like a regular Tuesday or Wednesday night show.
Yeah.
And Adam, the manager, I'm about to go on, and he says, "Hey, Jim Carrey's here." And my first thought was, he gonna bump me? Like, you know what I mean? As a comic, that's your first thought. I was like, is he gonna? Then he was like, I'm not sure if he's gonna go up, you know. And I was like, well, I didn't care, you know what I mean? Because I was first of all, I was really mad. I was mad at Jim Carrey because I was like, you already have $500 million and you're coming to bump people on a Tuesday night. But anyway,
But also, he doesn't do stand up anymore. So
I know,
what the
but-
fuck are you talking about?
but you know when people come, you know, a lot of people,
I saw Francis Ford Coppola there once. I didn't think. I think he's gonna bump me and to go
this
before
Francis
me.
Ford Coppola, what a stupid example right there.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because Francis Ford Coppola doesn't do fucking stand up.
Yeah, either does Jim Carrey.
Yeah, well, he did.
Yeah,
He
like
did,
20
he
years
did.
ago.
Maybe he's making a comeback. You never know.
Well, he's not doing it, so that's delusional. Go ahead.
Oh my
Continue your
God,
story.
Francis Ford Coppola. Do you see what he said?
Yeah, well, that was the truth. He was in there once.
Can I ask how long have you guys known each other?
Oh my God, I will tell. We'll get into
We'll
how
get
we
into
know
that.
each other.
Anyway,
Right.
So I go up, I do my set, and then the next day I got an audition for the show. You know,
Amazeballs.
And then it was like it just steamrolled after that.
Are you playing someone similar to yourself?
I have no idea because the writer told me, he said, hey, your character's not fleshed out yet. I'd like to believe that because of what they saw that night, they were like, oh, let's use him for this character and then we'll figure it out later.
Right, and in the 70s, you think to yourself, I don't know any fat Negroes that do stand up. So what the fuck is Eric playing?
Were you
know what I mean?
jealous?
Rerun from What's Happening.
That's true.
He was kind of big.
That is true.
Were there any fat Asians in the 70s?
No.
So you were automatically nixed.
There's nothing. The only person that because I was there that night too, and Jim saw me perform.
Yeah, but he doesn't need any dry cleaning or anything like that. So
Yeah. So that is true. Thank you. That is true. Thank you. And also on top of
what I
that,
like about Asians is they combine things too. So it'll be like dry cleaning and then like tacos or
and I'm like,
right.
like
donuts, laundry, and something else.
P.O. box.
But the
Yeah.
but the bar staff in the at the Comedy Store in the 70s were all Asian. They were all Thai guys.
Bobby,
You ever
Asians are everywhere, and they're not. You know, this is like your bit. You
but
know,
that was just Mitzi Shore's choice of employment was that she just happened to hire all Asians, right? It wasn't like all
She
Asians
loved
only
the
were.
Shore family have always loved. I don't know why Asian people. In fact, a bunch of Thai guys raised Paulie. You know,
Wow.
Yeah, people know this guy named Kirk raised him during the 70s, and that's why he has this weird thing with me where he used to touch me. He likes to touch me and stuff.
And that's why he continues to this day to call you Chinaman.
Yeah, he calls me
Yeah.
Chinaman all the time. And then Dice calls me Ching, right? And that's I want to get into that. What it is that
Eric likes that.
as a comedian, right?
Ching.
You're immersed into this world, you know. I'm from the suburbs of San Diego, right? So there
right.
wasn't like a huge cultural thing that I came from, right? I came from a place called Poway. And so when I got into comedy and I moved to LA, right, you're thrown in, you meet Muslims for the first comics for the first time, you meet fat black people like yourself for the first time. You know what I mean? You meet I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke, all right? All right? Relax, all right? And so then
I'm surprised no one's ever said anything about your. Never mind.
all
Go
right, so
ahead.
then you meet Jews, you know what I mean?
Oh wow, you see what extra he put on that?
Jews, right?
Hard
You
to
meet them.
say.
And so then you see people rip you apart racially,
Right.
Right? They say, "What's this little dick motherfucker?" You know, coming, you know, and then you
Asians are the easiest because it's so
right,
non-threatening.
and so many years of we had no voice to defend us. So all those years of comedy, so you know, I was destroyed pretty much when I got to LA, and then you learn to survive, right? So it's like, you know, you say things to people, comics, you show people your dick. Comics your dick. You see their dick.
Wait. I just want to point out here that's not a thing. That's just some
Bobby,
bullshit you do.
I know.
Okay?
You lied to me.
I did lie to him.
Like,
said-
don't. Oh my god.
I almost did.
Did you show him your dick?
He said, "Hey,
Well, no,
you want to audition for something? Show me your dick."
Well, today, Leigh, I found out that they're doing Mad TV again
oh
on
wow.
the CW.
Yeah, I read that in Variety.
Yeah, because David Salzman, the executive producer, emailed me. I would love to have you on. I would love to, kind
Is
of
this the only
rekindle.
thing you can do?
Yeah, rekindle our relationship. You know, and I'm
God.
like, I'm not doing it at all. You know what I
Really,
mean?
you wouldn't?
No.
You don't think anybody who did Mad TV would do this again?
The only way that I would do it is if Key and Peele and Ike Barinholtz said that they were going to do it and they asked me to do it, I would do it then. If Will Sasso goes, can you just do a bit with me? I'd probably do that. But I'm not going to host a whole show, and especially when no one else is doing it, I can't do it.
Right.
I'd have to jump on board if all my friends were doing it.
I understand.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't want to be like. Then you'd be like Screech, you know what I
Right?
mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now you're the principal of the school.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. You know, he
Yeah.
became like, I was like, this motherfucker's gonna be the mayor in this little universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is that it took me so long to shake that Mad TV image, you know, because when I got off of Mad, casting directors and people would say, "Oh, he was just a sketch guy. He's a sketch guy."
But was it that detrimental to be a part
Pretty
of
fucking
Mad?
bad. At that time, yeah. Now it's kind of cool, but back then it was pretty bad. And
Well, it's so long ago now, it's like nostalgic now.
Yeah. And it's also like some of the guys have done well for themselves. You know what I mean? I mean, you look around town and you see those Keanu posters for their movie, and it's great for their brand, but also for Mad TV brand. You know, so if you're listening to our podcast and you're a regular on our podcast, you know that we had a yank last week's episode.
Right.
You know what I mean? Offline. And the reason being is because in the last 3 episodes, we've been ripping on Asians. I've called Filipinos jungle Asians many times. They're
Thank
yellow
you.
monkeys and all that stuff.
We
and
live
they've
in trees.
you
We
guys
have
live in
shit
you
rivers.
have shit rivers, and in the Philippines, if you've been there,
They're
you
great
should
nurses.
you should yeah, they're great.
Thanks,
nurses.
Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Eric.
so much,
my
Eric.
Yeah.
ex-girlfriend was Filipino.
There we go, Eric.
Yeah, and I
You
used
know?
to. I remember, and one of my best friends in high school was Filipino.
Yeah,
Eric, you remember I'm Filipino, right?
I didn't realize you were Filipino.
yeah. He is.
He
She
keeps
is.
looking at you. I'm like, no,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
talking about
She's-
Yeah,
Her other half, we don't even want to discuss.
Right.
She's just Filipino.
Filipino. I got
Oh, yeah.
you.
He
I love
doesn't want to
Filipinos.
claim the fact that I'm Egyptian.
That don't even say that word in front of me right now.
It's late already.
What is
What does that mean?
I remember my ex-girlfriend's mother. She hated me.
Yeah.
because I was
Well,
Because you were what?
tall. I
Okay,
guess.
tall. Okay.
Because she was short. You know.
Yeah.
But I came to take her out. You know, it was like 7:30. You know what I mean? And she was, it's late already.
Spot on.
I was
Spot on.
I was like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Is that a threat?
Yeah.
I remember, but the most funniest thing ever though is I remember calling my friend in high school, and he was living with his grandmother at the time. So he's on the phone, and then his grandma picks up the phone and starts dialing. You know, so like we're on the phone, and you know, and she's like, it's like boop, 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 and he's yelling Lola. You know? And she's calling the Philippines, so it's like 25 numbers.
Yeah.
You know, doo. And then finally she comes out, hello. You know, and my friend's like, Lola, it's me, Junior.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
And it was
pretty
just
good.
like, it was just so, I was cracking up because they were having this full-on conversation.
How long were you with this Filipino girl?
Too long. You know, it was like,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, it was too long.
Was it during your break because you did stand up
yes,
for a while
yes.
and then he quit?
No, I didn't even do it for a while. I only did it anyway, but this was during that time. I regret it a lot.
Was she a Filipino that grew up here? Was she born there?
No,
and then
she
a
was
transplant?
born in the Philippines and then came here. But she was very smart. She spoke like 5 languages.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what a nightmare.
She spoke 5 languages.
Yeah.
What
It
is
was
that?
Hopeful
it was
for you.
It was a nightmare.
So anyway,
Sorry. Go on.
anyway,
Yes.
so we made fun of the Asians, we made fun of Mexicans in the next episode, and then I said one thing about black people. I said that they were oily, and I don't want to touch them.
Okay.
Yeah. So right.
I'm just wondering
Right. Exactly. Right.
Like,
I don't
who-
even know what it means.
who. Okay. All right.
I don't know what it means.
You don't know.
I said it. I don't know what it means. All right.
I mean, where does oily even
I have
come
no
from?
idea. I have no idea.
That was my question.
That's
I
what
didn't
we
get
said.
it.
I mean,
either.
Right.
Egyptians are oily. I mean,
Exactly. But we didn't talk
I
about
think-
them. But they're very oily.
No, I think
Yeah.
Filipinos are extremely oily, and all the women have the standard mustache. We have, I think, the highest percentage of women mustaches in all of.
But this is
all of the
bothering you.
races.
No. So then this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a. I'm just gonna just kind of say it.
You kind of have to.
I kind of have to say it,
Mm-hmm.
right? We get a email from an African American woman saying
we,
that
we don't even know that.
we don't even know who it is.
I might.
we're not gonna say the name, but this person says I'm very offended at what you said. You're a racist, and I'm gonna expose you for the person you are unless you send me money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Extortion.
So
at
extortion.
Its finest.
So they expose the person that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
exactly,
I ignored it, right? And then I just thought, maybe we just take it down, see what happens, right? And this person took it further, and I don't want to get into the things that
At this
she
point,
did.
she's not even addressing, or this person. My guess is that it's not a woman. That's not her real name. This is a professional scammer. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
But it becomes harassment because I receive 5 emails in a span of 5 hours. And at that point, incessant, give me money, or else I'm going to.
So it's a Nigerian lawyer.
Yeah, it
Basically.
totally could be. It totally could be. You don't know. It totally could be.
And on their Twitter, it says like an actual account number that you can donate to.
Oh wow.
So it's not.
So
yeah.
it's a Nigerian lawyer.
Yeah, so it's like now I'm got a lawyer and my lawyer in New York, you know what I mean, and then like it's extortion, right? So
It's
like
illegal.
it's
on
illegal.
every
So
front.
so he's like, you want me to contact the FBI, you know what I mean? So it's gotten down that road,
Yeah.
right?
Why not?
And I'm like, and because
Should have set up a sting operation. Yeah, I'll pay you.
Exactly.
I'll pay you. Come to Tommy's on Sunset.
That's what I wanted to do.
And I'd pay, and then like freeze, so people get them.
yeah.
So what do you
Because
think, Eric? Let me ask you. What do you think the repercussions are for Bobby's career if the headlines in In Touch magazine said Bobby Lee says black people are oily and he doesn't want to touch them?
Well, if that's the headline,
Yeah, people,
it's not going to be very good. You know
I
what
know,
mean?
but the context though, it's like you got to put everything in context.
Well, of course, but people
Right.
don't put things in context.
I understand that, you know what I mean? But
in our society right now, if you talk about women and if you talk about specifically black people,
yeah.
it means you hate them.
Right.
You know, that's just where we are right now.
Right.
We're just at a place where it's like you can't criticize
Anybody.
people for not doing
Right.
whatever it is, and then all of a
But
sudden,
I also don't want to live in a world, and I don't want to do comedy, and I don't want to do this career, okay, if I have to edit myself every fucking second. Okay?
How do you, as a comedian?
I know. No, wait. I'm
you
gonna
just
stop.
gotta be thoughtful.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but I know. Okay, I know what my character defects are, and I have many, as you know.
Well, can you list like the first 10?
Oh yeah. I'm irresponsible. You know what I mean?
Keep going.
You know, I believe that I'm above the law, that I don't have to pay parking tickets. I mean, there's a million things that I do, right? That's, you know what I mean, weird. And I don't like that about myself. But the one thing,
can we just hear about the bedroom? Can we go to the first 10 about what's
but
wrong
the
in
one
there?
thing I do know is that I'm not a racist at all. I've never really been accused of being one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
you can only be a racist if you can stop people from succeeding in something else. You know, that's you have some prejudice. We all do.
yeah.
You know, you don't like people for whatever it is,
But
and then
this
that's that.
This has really been so infuriating for me, though.
No, I can imagine.
How do you live in the confines of the PC Brigade being a comedian? Like, how does it come to being in America where you don't even have the freedom of speech because it being offended means that you could possibly extort someone for money? Like, how do you live in those confines as a comedian?
Well, I mean this is not a good example. Let's not give this person any more than they even deserve. I mean,
Right.
it's really nothing. It means nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just some like lonely idiot. You know,
Yeah.
somebody. This is a criminal.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
and him saying black people are oily is like not even close to being a criminal, like
Right.
what this person is. So this
Right.
person
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
fuck themselves, all
Yeah.
right? But the thing is, you know, comedy, you just have to do whatever you're gonna do. You just have to like be like, okay, hopefully people understand. That's why you have to be thoughtful about what you say, which is like not something you normally do. I mean, you know. But like that's just one of those things. You just say something, and then like if somebody is like, "Hey, that offended me," you either can be like, "Hey, I'm sorry you got offended," or you could be like, "Hey, well, go fuck yourself. Don't listen to me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's 1,000 podcasts. Just turn the channel. You know. But people want to. This is like people have this attitude of like, let's say this is 31 flavors, and they come in and go, "Oh, I don't like that flavor." And I want that flavor away from all these other flavors. And what it really should do is just like, oh, I don't like that flavor. Okay, well, let me get a different flavor. You just don't have to eat it. You don't have to digest it. You don't have to just get the fuck out of the way. Like, just, you know, but people don't want to do that. They just want to like, no, we want to get rid of everything that we don't like. Then there'll be nothing left. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like green
And it's
sherbet,
almost-
like the green sherbet at 31 flavors. Why is that even in with the classics?
Oh, and
Well, let's be
At
real.
Baskin Robbins?
Yeah, you go to Baskin Robbins,
Robbins,
right?
yeah.
I like Rocky Road, classic.
Delicious.
Mint chip, classic. Praline and cream, classic. Butter pecan, classic.
Wow, you know
What's this?
them
all of them.
Yeah, I love ice cream.
First
I
of
love
all,
ice
My
cream.
goodness.
all that healthy bullshit
Yeah.
should not be even near the good stuff.
It shouldn't
Yeah.
even be in the store.
Let's move that like away.
Right. And also, stick with the 31.
Yeah,
Stick with the 31 flavors. Stop adding shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like a like green swirl with, you know what I mean?
Like
Willy
coconut.
Wonka, Willy Wonka strawberry.
and
Makes
the
no
point here
sense,
is that it is totally okay to have opinions and stuff as long as you don't stop people from
Yeah.
you know,
Succeeding.
succeeding.
Yeah,
That's the difference. So, and that's what this person is trying to do. This person is being more racist than anything you have said. Because what they're trying to do is hinder you and charge you, and so it's like.
So then last night I was at the Comedy Store a couple nights ago, and the black guy from Rush Hour, that new show that Kirk Fox is on.
Oh, the reboot.
Yeah, so black guy, the guy that plays playing Chris Tucker. I go, hey man, I don't know him at all, but he's standing with Kirk, and Kirk's my friend, so I go, hey man, congratulations on the show. I said black people are oily. Does that offend you? And he goes, nah, dog.
But just like that?
Yeah, I said it that way.
Wow.
Then I went up to other people, right?
You just went into
You're taking an oily poll?
Yeah, I did an oily poll.
every black person.
Every black person. I did. I just walked up to stars. I don't give a fuck what it is, right? And then,
well, you should do a man on the street in conjunction with this podcast.
And what also infuriates me, on top of that all, right, is that when I go on the road, right, Jack Knight, Quincy Jones, Candace Thompson, Christine Little, they're all black, right? And I treat them with fucking respect. I pay for their flight.
Bobby, no one thinks you're a racist.
I know. I'm just saying, I pay for every
First of all,
meal,
if you
right?
open for Bobby Lee,
I don't want to touch them because I don't want to get sickle cell anemia.
I can't laugh. My chest
That's
muscles
all
are
right, baby.
expanding.
That's all right, baby.
Okay,
Anyway,
go ahead.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to just tell people that's the reason why we yanked last week.
I didn't want to yank it. I said keep that bitch up, keep the audio up. His people wanted to err on the safe side.
I get it.
Yeah.
And, just so this person wouldn't have any ammunition. But it's like, look, obviously, if this person was trying to extort you, he or she already has that downloaded. So it doesn't matter if you keep it back up. To take it down would mean to admit some type of error.
I didn't listen.
Imagine if somebody's out there listening to podcasts, waiting to hear something inappropriate so they can contact those people. I bet you this has happened to other people.
It exists.
Absolutely it does.
exists, yeah.
But it's not as if I said it, right, in the closed quarters and somebody had a secret, tape recorder.
Right.
I fucking said it.
Yeah, you're
in
not
public.
Mark Furman.
Yeah. What's that lady? The old Southern lady that got in trouble a couple
Paula Deen.
Paula Deen, right? Right. I'm not. No, I said it on a podcast that's on iTunes. That's out in the public.
In a comedy listing.
At a comedy listing.
Okay,
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
All right. You fucking flat-faced fuck. Shut the fuck up. All right. And also, I said to you, and I was when they said Mad TV is, rebooting it, and I said to you, "Do you want to get an audition?" And you go, "Yes, please." I said
I'd be grateful. Yeah.
Show me your penis. And you said, "No, I'm not going to go down that road." That too is offensive.
It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
Well, it's disrespectful for Bobby because at his Mad TV audition, he practically did show them his dick.
You showed your dick at your audition?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, Bobby.
Wait,
I've heard this story a thousand
what's
times.
the story?
That he got almost completely naked
I had
in his audition
yeah.
and walked out with his clothes.
Oh yeah.
And he always,
He
always tells the story that the door opened and all the laughter came pouring out, and everybody in the hall that was going for them was like, "Oh my god!"
I had a character. I did a character where he was like, I couldn't do it.
Chingy ching.
No, I couldn't.
Whoa.
I couldn't. Chingy ching.
It was chingy ching.
Chingy ching. Chingy ching. I did a character where it's like, but Mike McDonald kind of had a character like this, but I didn't know because I didn't watch the show. But I would just be confrontation. I would rip off parts of my clothes. You know what I mean? Like getting into people's faces at bars.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the thing, I'm completely naked.
Okay.
And in my head, I did that character because I knew that I was never going to get the show. So I might as well just do things that I thought, you know what I mean?
And did you get completely naked?
No, I got to my really fucked up underwear where there was holes in it, but I didn't show my dick, no. Because that crosses the line.
Yeah.
Oh, that crosses the line.
Yeah. Oh, you can't go to a network and then later when I first got mad, I didn't know how. See, the thing is since I've never really had a corporate job, all my jobs either have been in the food industry or grunt work, like manual labor. Those are the two things I've done in my life. Okay, so now you're in an environment where it's
so
corporate.
you made shoes at a Nike factory, or
no? But when Dick Blasucci, the executive producer, Jackie,
he can still do that. He's still that size, so he can.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
That would be great. Shoes made by Bobby Lee. You don't even say made in China. You just say made by Bobby Lee. That would be great if you had little clothes that said made by Bobby Lee. You'd be like, oh my God, he hasn't been doing well since Mad. So that's a go-to for all Asians. Like, you're not doing well. Well, we can make shoes in a Nike factory.
Oh man.
I didn't even know what the fuck I was saying now, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, so Jackie Chan was guest starring.
Oh
And,
no.
Yeah, and I go. I wrote Dick Blasucci a letter because I was new on the show as a feature. That's what they called us back then. And I said, "Dear Dick Blasucci, please, I don't need a line. I just want to be an extra in the sketch. I just want to be able to be around him, right?" And then like a month went by, and I was watching the show on TV, and he had already done it on an off night,
Oh shit.
right? So they didn't even call me or anything. So then I got so angry, I went into his office and I took a dump in his on the floor of his
Not
office.
crossing the line either.
But in my head, I thought that was funny, but to them, that was like really weird.
What were the repercussions?
I had to clean it, and then I had to apologize.
That's
Wow,
it.
That's it.
Yeah, but then
Oh,
like
wow.
2 years later, I took a shit in Ike Barinholtz's off in his green room.
Is that just your go-to move?
Yeah. What
What
is
sort
going
of
on?
shit?
Is
What
that
do you mean?
Like,
I did. That's how I do. That's what I do when I'm desperate.
So if you knew who this person extorting you was, you'd go to her house and shit.
I mean, I'm not doing
And
so
it's
anything.
you, listen. He's just letting you know right now. Do not break up with him.
Shit on
You're gonna wake up with shit on your chest
Yeah,
and a little flag note. Please come back, baby.
I know. See, here's the thing, though. It's just
It'll
like,
work. She'll be like, oh my god.
see, when you're a comic,
He
and I
loves
came
me.
from that comedy store.
Yeah.
You know, back in the '90s, the comedy store was wild.
Yeah.
It was at the Wild West, and I came from this world where,
I mean,
like,
you're wild. You're a crazy dude.
I know. So, just hear me out. So when I'm in a corporate environment, I think, oh, I can still do this.
Right.
And by doing that, I think it hurt me because, you know what I mean?
You think?
Yeah, I had a
You think?
reputation of being.
You don't think he called
Crazy.
around like, Bobby Lee shit in my office? You don't think that's a story that executives are still talking about? He's at parties right now. They're like, tell the story about when Bobby Lee shit in your office. That's like one of those stories, man.
Yeah.
Baby, keep that foot away from Eric.
No, this is my good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so
That's the good one.
that's a good one. Yeah.
That's the good one.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
looks menacing, but
What's-
it's actually
is the other
okay.
one a hoof? Because how can it?
The other one has.
How can it be worse than that
Let
one?
me just say this:
It's a
if I
green
touched
hub.
you with my other one, you know what I mean, you'd be in very big trouble
Oh
physically.
god, bird flu or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You'll get bird
Zika.
flu and SARS. But my point is that yeah, you're right. So I think that but I don't do that now. I shot Love today, showed up early, did my thing, and I left. You know what I mean?
You didn't shit in Judd Apatow's.
No, I would never do that. Here's the thing, and then I'm gonna say this right
I
now.
don't know why you're whispering. It's
I'm
still
whispering.
going to be
It
on the
doesn't
fucking
matter.
podcast.
Here's the
It's not
thing.
like people are listening like, what did he say?
You literally learn. You learn right over the years, and I've had so many bad years in show business, right? Where I literally thought I was never going to work again. Just that natural progression of not working. You know what I mean? Changed my behavior, but now I'm completely on time. You know what I mean? I'm professional.
I don't know
I
what.
say nice to everybody. I'm nice to everybody. You know?
I don't know what compels a human to defecate in anyone's belongings. Like I don't. What rule book did you actually look
Because
at where that
where
made
I
sense?
come from, if I write
where's
you a
that?
letter, if I write you a letter in the nicest way, and you deceive me, right? I get revenge.
Oh god.
What?
You get revenge.
Yeah.
What is this, a kung fu movie? Did you train and everything?
I did.
He's like squatting so he can shit properly. What? Then right before he shit, you saw the montage
Yeah.
of him.
I mean, there was another thing that I did where Yaris was our like sponsor, so we would have to do sketches where a Yaris was in the sketch, and we would say, like, if you're on a date and a sketch, you go, "Come in my Yaris,
Oh god.
Toyota Yaris." So we didn't get any extra money for it. It's all pocketed. So we're doing basically ads, right? So what I did was there was always one Yaris that we used for all our sketches. So I told Jordan Peele, and I go, "Hey, I got the keys to the Yaris. Let's take a ride." And I went down an alleyway and I scraped it against an alley wall so it makes spark. And then I broke the bottom of it, so it was like $5,000 damage from the bottom of the car.
Jeez.
And when I brought it back on the thing, it was like smoking, and I threw it to like one of the lady, What? Yeah.
I don't understand why you haven't been fired from that why you weren't fired?
I don't understand how I still live with him.
Yeah, I
If
don't
you think the
understand how-
house smells
Wait,
weird,
wait.
that's because he pisses on the balcony.
Well, first of all, we all are wondering why you're.
That it really is a
You
thing.
know what I mean?
What?
Like Ike Barinholtz says, like, I don't understand. A lot of people say I don't understand why she is with me.
Yeah, this is like you're like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We don't get why people are voting for you, and we just don't understand what's happening.
Yeah. I don't either.
And you're the dumb public that's like, we like Donald.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the perfect way to explain it, because I don't even think the dumb public knows exactly what they love about him. They can't.
It's what they hate about everyone else. What the problem is.
Yeah.
You being with Bobby says, one, every guy you've been with before, you have horrible taste in men. Like, they must be monsters, okay? You must have been with, like,
You know
like
what it is,
Satan,
Eric?
and then you're just like, oh,
They were
finally, somebody with horrible feet. That's all he This is like,
Yeah.
if Bobby's like a blessing, man.
And
Yeah.
I'm telling you
Yeah.
now, he is, only because anybody else that I've dated in the past were just so fucking textbook, perfect,
Wow.
and boring.
It's like you and those girls that were kidnapped for 10 years in Cleveland. They were
All right.
the only ones that would.
Right.
Okay.
Like, they come back from being kidnapped. Bobby,
I like
here's my Prince Charming.
I like a little bit of unpredictability in my life, and I like good stories to tell. And in my and I've been in long relationships with very normal people in the past, and I just always found myself bored out of my mind by
all,
myself,
I
like
question that.
self-entertaining.
I question that. I need to see a dossier of like your previous boyfriends.
Math-
No, she dated.
Math teacher.
No, the last guy she dated before me was a Spanish professional soccer player
He's on FIFA.
from La Liga. He's on FIFA.
Have
Oh,
you
wow.
played with him before?
He's,
we
no, I will
have.
never.
Okay.
So you wanted to be with somebody that wouldn't cheat on you then?
Exactly. Or someone who
'Cause he was cheating on you.
Or probably.
Listen, if he's a professional soccer player, he was getting a lot of pussy. Okay.
You know what? That wasn't something that I.
Did you even care?
Also, he lived in
it was
Spain.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
Well, then he really was getting a lot of pussy.
Yeah.
Keep reminding him how much pussy he was getting.
Yeah,
A lot of pussy. You understand?
I'm not unrealistic. I mean,
Okay.
I was kind of. It was a
Now, why-
relationship that
why-
lasted for a year and a half that was sort of open, so sort of not. But those guys are very like machismo, so they don't want you to hook up with other people.
And then
but
when
they-
I
but of
fucking
course,
started dating her, they were
he
confused.
went crazy.
He went crazy.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Well, yeah.
He goes, "Is he the guy from Hangover?"
He couldn't understand.
He really sent that message.
What? You
Yeah.
really thought
No,
you
he thought
like-
he said, Khalyla, you are losing your mind. I think you need to like enter a mental institution.
Because
They-
imagine you don't know who I am at all.
yeah,
Right?
you're,
He doesn't-
you're leaving me
You're
for
in a
this
different
guy.
country, and then you just see a photo
Yeah.
of a small, fat, disgusting-looking Asian dude.
You can. There's probably 6 more things you could say
Yeah,
to really emphasize. But I totally get it.
Yeah.
Because he's like a professional athlete. His
Yeah, and
body
you're
is
looking at
probably
the photo-
like
yeah.
delicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
Body is probably like pa 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 pa.
Yeah.
He can't believe it.
And he saw a photo of me.
This don't. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
This is the only reason why she did that. Like at first, she didn't really like you. She just wanted the biggest fuck you to him ever. Is let me find the most disgusting. And then what happened was she was like,
Let me ask you something right now.
She was like,
let me tell you something.
she was
right
like,
now.
you know what?
Let me tell you
I
something right
really
now.
like you.
Fucking
You-
even looked at
you-
yourself
You grew on her.
in the fucking mirror.
Like the fucking
You
mole
don't
on
even
your
look
foot.
human.
You grew on her. This is great.
No,
You look like somebody drew you. I mean, look at your face.
Oh, look how offended he got.
Look at this. He's the ugliest black dude I've ever seen. Anyway, let's move on.
I'm
I like you.
charming.
Thanks for doing the podcast. I appreciate it.
I'm just
Thank you for
saying.
doing the podcast. But
Can you just admit to him that was?
but you know
It
what
was
I
a
mean?
fluke.
Yeah, ask
You
her
grew
why
on
she's
me.
dating me.
We
Ask
just
her.
did. I just answered all
She
those
answered it.
questions.
We know why. She wanted to get back at her professional athlete
Why is she still
boyfriend
in it?
because you grew on her.
Like the mold on your foot.
Yes, her shallowness was like, you know what? She said to herself, you know what? I don't need attractive anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need tall. I don't need anybody that can protect me in an alley. I don't need anybody that can get things off the top shelf. You know?
Yeah.
I don't need anyone that knows how to use a toilet properly or has
Can
nice
I just
feet.
say, I had surgery 4 days ago, and not once has he so much as taken care of me for an hour. He's a perfect
and
guy.
I'm going to say this right now. And that's so, first of all, I come home, right? And there's her mom, her sister,
I have a good family.
her ex guy that she used to see, but her best
No,
friend.
it's my best friend. Shut the don't
Right.
say it like that.
Jessica.
Your best friend. Okay, hold
You know
on.
that?
Let's get back to this best friend.
You know that ugly ass Korean girl you just saw earlier?
She wasn't that ugly.
Come on,
What are you talking
Moonface.
about?
You just saw Moonface,
I
right?
saw her.
She was here.
I'm trying to eat
I
her
get
butt.
it.
I'm trying to eat her butt.
Yeah, he wants to eat her
Yeah,
butt.
he wants to
You want to
desperately
eat her butt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's an experiment for them.
yeah. He's never eaten
And
butt
so it's
before,
like they're all spending the night,
which
and
is
I'm
weird,
like,
right, Eric?
so I slept there.
So. You slept there?
Yeah.
Also, her whole family is here.
Yeah, so I don't. You know what I mean? If she,
You've dated a Filipina, you know, just that we come
too
in.
much
It's
family.
it's a lot of
It's
family,
ridiculous.
and so we were all spread out in the room. They were all taking care of me, so you know how it goes, Eric.
So he didn't need to. Yeah.
do you
He
get a
didn't
lot
need
of
to.
girls?
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
You look like a pussy slayer.
I'm just asking you. Look, I can't trust anything you say because you're with Bobby.
Wait, hold on a second, Eric.
So any compliments you give me, I'm like, oh.
You get a lot.
Do you think that my stocks as a woman are down, totally down, because I've dated Bobby for 3 years?
No, I don't think so.
Like Bobby's.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say right now.
I want you to be honest.
I'm in your guys'
Look.
home.
Trap.
I'm trapped. There's like a,
Let's suppose this relationship ends and I date the next guy who's an attractive guy and I'm really into him, and I say, hey, you know, my ex-boyfriend is Bobby Lee. Do you think that in his mind my stocks just
No,
drop?
I think in his mind, his stock's gonna drop. He's gonna be like, I can't. What, Bobby? It's like when you go to.
I'm going to say this right
Bobby,
now.
it's like
You know what? I'm going to say this right now, okay? You literally
Oh,
are
here
the
we go.
black version of me. All right?
Oh.
not at all.
Yeah, you don't look like Chris Spencer.
So what? Funny?
I spit on you.
Whatever.
That's how angry I
What?
am right
Funny?
now.
Angry? Funny and charming? What?
Yeah.
Bobby, I know what I'm working with.
Yeah, you do, right?
Okay.
And I know what I'm working with, and we're the same.
No, not really.
Why? We both play video games like fucking 12-year-olds.
But I'm tall.
You can
Yeah,
reach
you're-
things on the higher.
You're fat. You're fat.
Yeah, but that can change that.
But you haven't.
But I can. You haven't. But I did 3 years ago. I had a trainer. I know, but I can. But here's the thing: I can always go back. You're always gonna be
You're
a
shaped
little
like a
tiny
pear.
guy.
Like a pear.
Why are you
Oh my
so
God.
mad?
I don't know why I'm so angry right now, but the thing is that
You're
can I
winning,
just
look!
say, I know, but I also want to
You're
say
winning.
this.
There she is. She's sitting next to you.
This is how I met Erik Griffin. How I got to know him.
How long? Yeah.
Okay, so Ahmed, our friend,
Our good friend Ahmed.
our good friend Ahmed, said, "Hey, do you want to play the Middle East with you, Erik Griffin, and Sebastian Maniscalco?"
Oh.
And I said,
You just farted.
"Yeah."
This is what I'm saying. Okay.
But I'm not gonna. First of all, it's a gas.
It's a
It's a gas.
It's a toxic
and I'm not
gas.
gonna clutch it in and keep it in my body.
Well, you keep everything else in that body. Your body's like a clutch purse.
It holds all the necessities.
Yeah.
So we play the Middle East. Now I don't know who he is. You know, I mean, I had met him once before. I did. Oh, tell him how I acted during. This is so embarrassing. Remember that one show where Ahmed had that?
Oh my! No.
Okay.
First time we ever
Okay.
met.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Set it
yeah.
up.
You got to
The
set
first
this
one-
up.
okay, all right.
And I just want to say this, right? I don't know.
I almost killed him.
Was I on Mad TV at the time?
I don't even remember, but you were the biggest dick.
Okay, so tell them what I said.
Crazy
Tell
person
them what I
ever.
did.
So, first of all, he comes to this show. We had this great show out in Newport Beach. We were
Yeah, yeah.
paying.
Mm-hmm.
We were paying comics in the city $1,000 to come do a show. He comes and he's a nightmare from the beginning to the end. Like just the biggest diva I've ever fucking met.
What I do?
You were just doing all kinds of shit. You were like, it was like, get my car and
Oh.
Yeah.
he was just like complaining the whole time about the show. These people hate me. These people, I don't want
Yeah.
to be here. This is ridiculous. How dare you? He was like, how dare Ahmed book me in this shitty. He was going on and on about the show.
Diva.
Just the biggest, worst diva
Yeah.
ever. And I had to call Ahmed, like, Ahmed, you need to come down here because I'm about to kill Bobby Lee.
He did not like me,
It was the worst.
but I didn't know who he was.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the
And
guy
I didn't.
from
And then
Digital
after seeing you,
Underground?
I was like, I didn't get it.
You know what I mean? I thought he was the guy from Digital Underground.
You actually thought that?
Yeah. this ugly guy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's still bitter.
Is he
about
wearing
it.
the glasses and then the June glasses in the nose that they have? I thought he was wearing one of those things. You know that little thing that they do at the thing?
So what were you
So-
guys'
Oh,
conversations? You guys even talk?
No, he was
not
like,
really.
"Come on, man, don't act like that." I'm like, "Fuck you, man." I was
Whoa.
I was fucking crazy.
Yeah, he was crazy.
I
Oh.
was fucking crazy.
Were you sober?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was sober. Yeah.
Whoa.
God, you just have diva tendencies. He still has diva tendencies.
Oh
to
God!
this
Don't
day.
even get me started.
What?
Yeah, you don't. Here's you know what I hate about you to
What?
this day.
Yeah.
It's like you don't communicate properly.
No, he
Like
never.
I have to text you 1,000 fucking times for you to get back to me. You never answer your phone. Your fucking voicemail is always full. You know how does your do you have another phone?
Do you know how people get in contact?
How
with
they
him,
have to
Eric?
call you?
Yes.
The manager and agent have to call you. Hey,
So
can you
for
tell Bobby?
instance,
That's ridiculous.
Al and Bill Burr are having him on a podcast on Wednesday. They didn't contact him. They contacted me. Anything that anytime he has to be anywhere, it's through me.
Let me
Because
ask
he
you a
will
question.
not reply.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of Ronin? Look at me right now. Right now. I'm asking you a question. Have you ever
You
heard?
are not Ronin. Okay.
Have you heard of Ronin?
You do Ronin's dry cleaning at best. Okay.
You know what a Ronin is, right? A masterless samurai. All right. So what I am is I'm wandering through these dirt. Listen, in Japan, I have a sword, and I'm scratching my back, and I'm walking through these dirt-like pathways, and I'm just a wandering samurai, just longing for a home. Okay, and that's what I am.
You have friends
Okay.
that want to be in your life,
And you are in my life.
interact.
And you are in my
But it
life.
frustrates me when your ass don't call back. I hate that.
That's fine because the things that you want, I know what you want.
Oh, no, you
And
don't.
yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Get back on Destiny. There's a new DLC coming out.
I will defend him because I see your messages pop up every 2
I'm
seconds.
playing Fallout, right?
On-
And you get this beep, right?
Every
Yeah,
2
do it.
seconds.
Erik Griffin.
Yeah, because I'm at home going like, you're gonna answer.
So he repeatedly does it 1,000 times until I answer, right? So I know what that's
All right, so we're in the Middle East. Go on.
Okay. So then I did that, right? And then so I go to the Middle East and with Sebastian, who's a dear friend, and I literally I saw Erik Griffin perform for the very first time on stage, and I literally watched him and I said, and this is years ago, like a decade ago, right?
No, it's not that long ago. It's like 5 or 6 years ago.
No, it's longer
It's
than that.
not. Because I started in 2003.
All right, so 5-6 years ago, and I saw him for the first time, and I said, "This guy is really legitimately funny."
Well,
And he doesn't
You're
look
leaving-
like some. Just shut the fuck
you
up.
left something out of the story, though.
I know we're gonna get to that, but just shut the fuck up. All right.
All right.
And I literally, because he doesn't look like
Here we
that
go.
he is gonna be that funny when you see him. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? This is how comedy's supposed to look.
Because now I can put that ugly face into your comedy, and I'm like, okay, now I get how the packaging works, right? But at the time, I'm like, that packaging is so awful. It's like shit. It's like a fucking elephant shit, and then they put glasses on it and they put it out. You know what I mean? So it's like, but now I'm like,
This is
guy's
all
talented, and I
because
look
he's so mad how I blasted him.
And I looked at so I looked at Sebastian. I said, "This guy's fucking." And then we legitimately became friends. We went to Bahrain, Abu Dhabi. We went to Beirut.
Well, there's more to the story.
Okay.
Bobby had bombed so bad that he thought it was the crowd. You know what I mean? He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Wow, these people just don't get comedy."
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
I was awful.
because this is what you really said to me. He didn't tell the story right. He comes up to me and said, "When I saw you on stage and what you did, a single tear came down my face."
Yeah, yeah.
We had a good time.
We had a good
Bobby
time.
bought a Xbox and we started playing FIFA, and that was what we did. We
Yeah.
played FIFA every day.
And then on the ride home, this is what Erik did, and this is the nicest thing anyone can ever do.
We're just gonna gloss over the hookers, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I
Oh, he told that
Oh,
story.
this story is well
in, like,
documented,
a-
yeah.
yeah, I
on
talked
a
about
different
Johnny.
episode,
Johnny.
Where's-
yeah.
yeah, so that's when Johnny happened.
Oh, so
yeah,
you were
who's
with Eric.
Johnny?
You were
yeah,
with
yeah.
Eric. Oh,
Eric was there
okay.
too. Yeah, yeah. How great
With
was
the
Beirut,
super
though?
discos?
Yeah, yeah. with the
that
super-
was
you didn't go
it.
though. You didn't go.
No, I went to some of those places. I just didn't go to that thing.
You didn't go with that with
No,
me
no.
and those guys. Camille
Yeah.
is his name.
Yeah,
I love
Camille.
him.
Gangster.
Yeah, I love him.
Oh, that guy's.
He had
dangerous.
Uzis.
We had when I went again.
Yeah.
We had just like left, and then then they raided his place like the next day.
Oh, whoa.
Oh wow.
Can you imagine?
I
being
mean, you
like
walk into a
Beirut prison?
white, beautiful mansion,
Yeah.
and then there's like Uzis and like, yeah,
That's
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But so what Erik Griffin did for me was Ahmed lied to me, and he said that we were going to have business class flying back.
Let me step in. By the way, You want to talk about a diva? He was. Let me tell you something about.
Who?
I got to say
Who?
something about you.
Who?
I have a videotapes of you being. Like Bobby is funny on stage. Okay, he really is. Bobby's really funny on stage. He's like a big energy. But like, if you let him be in his element off stage, and like just how you are about things, there's nothing funnier than that. You know, it just like you are just. Oh my God. Just the way you are about the flights, about
everything. I can co-sign with. I can
just
co-sign.
everything.
Yes.
Oh God! Remember the bus? I have it all on tape.
Yeah.
Bobby just looking at the camera. Do you smell that?
What did it smell like?
No, it just, and then he would do like, let's say you're some Arab guy. He would be like, "Do you smell that?" And then look over at you.
That close? Oh
Yeah. This guy.
He does this all the time.
So it was like, so then he was. I agree with you though. A lot of shit was promised. We were supposed to be in first class. We were supposed to be, and it just didn't happen. A lot of times.
On the flight home, and how long is that flight? 16 hours.
17
hours. Okay. We get to the airport, and I get coach middle seat
Oh, middle
for 17 hours,
He has
and I have panic attacks. So there's just no way. I was like, I guess I'm gonna live here in Beirut. You know what I mean?
But there's another little part to the story. I have to step in that you forget.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the part you forget.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby decides to pay the $3,000 to upgrade himself to first class.
Of course he does. He does it still.
So he pays the money and he walks to first class like this. See ya, bitches! and then the credit card was denied. So he had to come back.
Oh yeah.
Bobby, oh yeah.
He had to come back with his tail between his legs.
Oh yeah.
After he already was like, he had that moment of like, see ya, Bobby Lee, victory.
Yeah.
He did the dismount into fucking.
Yeah. I remember that. And then I came back.
You came back,
and
he
I
just
was
like,
having a panic.
He was crushed.
And Erik Griffin goes, "Listen, man, I have an aisle. You can have my aisle. I'll sit in the middle."
Wow.
See, 17 hours. As soon as he said, I'm about to get emotional. As soon as he said that, that's it.
Best friends forever.
Not just he is a life guy. You know what I mean?
And by the way, even after him being a complete dickhead, but I saw that this was gonna be a thing for him, and I was like,
it still is a thing because
I was like, it's cool.
a
But
few months ago, his travel agent made the mistake, and he got the same seat, a center, a middle seat. And he basically said, "I'm going to cancel the whole gig."
yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm going to cancel the whole fucking gig, and I'm going to get off the fucking plane right now through an absolute shit fit.
Because I'm going to tell you why, though, baby. Okay, it's this. Okay.
You have panics. You have
No, it's not that.
No, it's not.
No,
that.
it's not
I'm
that.
with you.
It's okay.
It's the principle of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm going. Okay, I have certain things. I don't fly first class when I do gigs. Okay, I fly regular. Okay.
But you're only like 3 foot, so regular is like
Yeah,
a 2-bedroom
exactly.
apartment for you.
Exactly, and also it's like I know where I'm at in life, right? And it would be ridiculous for me to get first class everywhere. Okay, I could probably afford it, but it's just ridiculous, right? But I do demand a window seat, and that's it. And my fucking people will give me middle. You know what I mean? An airline that I've never heard of, East North or something like. You know what I mean?
The hell?
WestJet.
WestJet.
Yeah.
You're
shit
on
like
Spirit.
Spirit,
Yeah.
the fucking worst.
the worst.
Transair.
And I just
Or Air
drew the
France.
line. I go, if I'm in a middle seat and you fuck up, I'm not gonna get on the flight. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. I've been in this business for 20 fucking years, and it's not like I go to B rooms. I'm going to A rooms, and I'm selling tickets. You know what I mean? Like I'm selling out rooms. So it's like, get me a window. That's it. Go ahead.
I'm with you on
Yeah.
this. You should go as far as to say you only want to fly a certain airline.
No, I do that too. I don't do Southwest.
No more WestJet.
Yeah, I had
Number
to
WestJet.
I had to tell my guy it was like this is what they like to do. They'll get you a gig and then they'll be like, like let's say they get a gig that's a month out and they're like, oh, we have to get the airfare. I'm like, well, this is not enough money for the airfare. Well, then they go on the thing. Oh, well, we found something on. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fly United. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have status on United. I'm gonna get upgrades. I can take 3 luggage on the plane. You know what I'm saying? I can not stand in lines. That shit is important.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially if you guys are on the road that often.
My comfort is important, but they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't understand.
They don't care.
Yeah. Or like,
I wrote a long ass email about.
Do you fight TSA the way he does?
Well, I have. Don't you get TSA pre?
I don't have that.
Oh, that's because you have to fly the same airline.
I'm going to do that.
Just go to like
No, you need to get the
global entry.
Yeah, the
Ari
global is the
Shafir
best.
told me how to treat TSA.
He fights them every
and
time.
I fight them every time.
And I just
Why?
disassociate. When we're in the airport, I go into a completely separate line because I don't even want to pretend like I know
I'll tell
him.
you why.
Here we go.
You're not a police officer.
Yeah, don't get me started. Don't
Okay,
even
and I'm going to say this, all right? This question,
you're like
after
you're like the
after
geek
they
squad.
see your ticket and your ID, you'll be like putting your stuff on that little, belt thing, right? And they'll go, some stranger will go, "Where are you going, sir?" And I don't answer them. It's none of your fucking business.
I know.
You already saw my shit.
Yeah.
I'm not answering you.
All the shit I had to go through to get to this point.
Yeah.
Like I'm
not
done
doing
with
it.
you. You know, I don't.
I hate them.
I was at Chicago, and like, so for some reason the line was a little messed up. So they had, and this lady was yelling at us. You know, she was like, y'all in the mall, just going on. And I was like, this is a customer service business, okay? Like, and then there was luckily there was this white guy there in a suit, and he was like, I need to see this chick's manager. So the manager comes over, and her name was Cookie, of course.
Oh,
Wow.
like the show.
And she was just acting up. And I said to the guy, I said, let's not act like this is the first time you've got a complaint about her attitude. Okay? And they, he was just like trying not to be like, it's like, come on. Like learn some manners. You know? Like I feel like that's not a government assigned job. Okay? You actually filled out an application and was like, I want to do this job. It's like, dude, it's like they have one application for the post office, DMV,
but
parking enforcement, and
Right.
TSA, and then they just assign them because they all have the same
I know, but
ridiculous
here's
attitude.
another thing, though. It's not really their fault, right? It's like they probably are told all these things about rules and how to look for ISIS, and all these things.
Bobby,
So-
a million people go through the airport. How many times do you think they'd stop a terrorist?
What?
How many times do you think they stop a terrorist at LAX?
Exactly.
None.
Because that shit will be on the news. We
Yeah.
we found a terrorist. No,
Never has happened.
out of 10 million people, there's probably one person that this is a
Also,
dog and pony show.
also, that's not the route they're going to take the next time. Because when they did 9/11 was such a fucking shock because no one had ever really done that before. To steal our planes and use our planes against us, which, I've said this before, was a fucking genius
yeah,
idea.
but not
It's wrong and evil,
But not
and
in
the worst thing ever.
But not in the long run. It's not like if you're ISIS. Let me tell you that if ISIS, this would be the stupidest thing ever. If ISIS did get a bomb and blew up some city or anything like that, all they would do is poke the bear, and then it would be. The only reason why we don't go over there and just ransack the place as it is because we police ourselves. You know, we got people going, no, we don't want any kids to die. We don't want any families to die. We don't want any soldiers to die. If they killed hundreds of thousands of people, all that would mean it would just be this should be over like this because we would be like,
It would be like Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
yeah, we don't fuck around. We don't fuck around when it comes to.
No, what we did after 9/11.
It wasn't enough.
I'm just saying, what we did after 9/11, the response had made no absolute sense. We took out.
Because we police ourselves.
And
So
also
what
it
you
was
what
just
you I'm
the wrong
not
kind
getting
of
what you're saying. So
policing.
what you're saying right now is that if there was even a bigger, like they killed 100,000 people, then what you're saying that our response would be devastating to them?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, because we would have the okay. Because even that response.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. We had the okay to go into Afghanistan to find Osama bin Laden, right? Because that's what happened. He was in charge of 9/11, right? But instead, we went into a country, right? And then we took out Saddam Hussein, who had nothing to do with 9/11. So what I'm saying is that regardless of what they do to us, our response is probably going to be
We created ISIS.
they're not going to make any fucking sense.
Look,
What?
This is about Homeland Security. I'm more conservative than I am liberal because I liken it to like if we're playing basketball on the yard and getting serious.
Yeah.
There's always a guy that's like, man, fuck y'all. I'm gonna go to my trunk, and back in the hood, that just means this guy's got a gun in his trunk,
Right.
Okay. Now the difference between a liberal and a conservative, the liberal is gonna let him get to the trunk and kill 3 people and then do something about it. The conservative is gonna be like, you're not getting to the trunk. We're gonna beat your ass right here. Now check this out. There may not be a gun in the trunk.
Right.
but the action was taken.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the two.
No.
So
the conservative would go to somebody that had nothing to do with the situation and beat the shit out of them. Is what you're saying. That's what we did.
Saddam Hussein was the gun.
The reason
he was
why
claiming he had weapons.
The reason why we have ISIS in the first place is because we destabilized that region. There was a civil war. We needed
to be destabilized.
Really, to create ISIS?
Look, that's just a byproduct of
and the worst byproduct that we can imagine.
Look, Bobby.
Yeah.
We've been over to that place. We've been over to these places.
We have.
They don't know how to treat their own people. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, Egypt should be fucking bulldozed, okay? Like, it's like they don't follow traffic laws. Yeah, they don't follow traffic laws.
Yeah.
Goats get out of fucking buses in the middle of the freeway.
Yeah.
Careful, Eric. You might get extorted.
Yeah, you're gonna get extorted here.
By some
I'm
Egyptian.
just saying, like, some of these places, all the oil money is going to like one family. They're not helping their own people.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is the thing that created
And
all
that
this
oil
stuff more than
money is
anything
being
else.
funded. They fund, right, these terrorist activities on the fucking
Exactly.
side. My
Hello?
point is that everyone's in
It's not
cahoots.
just our fault.
Just listen, everyone's in cahoots, right? And I believe, right, that if we were attacked, our response wouldn't be.
Now, my point I'm trying to make to you is this.
But you're trying to convince me.
No. If we were attacked, there would be no. It would galvanize everybody like it did after 9/11. I remember
what? What we did was we did something that had
Bobby,
nothing to do.
It doesn't
with
matter
what the fucking action
It doesn't
was.
matter. But that was still the mandate was given. Go do something. What you're saying is what they did wasn't proper. Okay, I'm telling you though.
All right, so
before that,
all right, so
the country was like,
so
go do something.
So if ISIS attacks us, right, we will do something and we'll attack China.
Because it's right now. It's
we probably need to because
No.
China.
No, you know why you need to get China? Because China and North Korea
You're still
are
not-
actually
Yeah, but they have nothing to
cahoots.
do with the attack.
You're still missing the point.
I'm not missing any point.
Yes,
what
you
I'm
are.
saying is
I'm telling
this.
you, if something bad happens, the whole country's gonna be like, "All right, we're okay with you doing whatever." Like,
I mean, look at what happened in fucking the last.
we'll drop a bomb on Iran
Look
if they
at
do
Belgium.
something.
Did
just
they
because.
catch everyone from Belgium yet?
I think they did. The brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
am not
Or
sure.
Paris, like all these things.
Here's the thing,
it's like,
though.
yeah.
When they when shit like that happens, those people always end up dead. The first time I've ever seen somebody not end up dead is that guy from the Boston Marathon.
Oh yeah, that
Usually the
young
cops
kid?
and the government,
I call. You know what I call him?
they don't fuck around with shit
Cutie
like that.
pie.
They just don't fuck around with things like that.
I know he's evil, and this is what bullshit, right? Because remember, Rolling Stones put him on the cover of the fucking magazine.
women write him.
And you know he has women followers. And how dare you
You're
make him
with
look like a
Bobby.
rock
I mean-
star? How dare you make him look like a rock
You're
star
right.
on
I
Rolling
would
Stone
have
magazine?
sex with Jeffrey
And I'm going to
Dahmer.
just say this: he's a fucking evil little fuck, and he deserves to die. He's cute,
Sarnaev.
and
yeah.
that's a fact.
Which one though?
That's a fact. Georgie, do you think he's cute?
You're talking about the younger one.
Sarnaev.
The one that's
the
alive,
only one that's
fuckface.
alive
But that's not
is-
supporting him. Just saying that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
just,
not saying anything. I'm just.
But that's how
saying
people are gonna misconstrue
that
this.
if he wasn't a terrorist, I'd suck his dick.
Bobby thinks the guy's cute. It means that he's
Yeah.
okay with terrorism. That's how people do it.
Yeah.
Usually those people end up dead. When
Yeah.
you hear about a shooter or something,
Yeah.
the next day it's like, the guy, the shooter dies every time.
Yeah.
Columbine.
Am I going to get in trouble for saying that just now?
That Sarnaev is cute. No, he has a fan
No, that would
girl
suck
club.
his dick if he wasn't a terrorist.
This happens all the time.
My point is now see what
Eric-
this
Now you're
lady
racist
did.
Eric-
and gay.
And, like,
gay
I'm-
bashing.
How many dicks do you think Bobby has sucked in his lifetime?
On purpose?
No. Stop,
Yes,
stop.
of course, on purpose.
Stop.
Oh, he doesn't know
No,
about
he
it?
doesn't know anything about that kind of stuff. And he's,
Oh! Woo!
I thought you guys were
I'm
real.
going to say it on my side of my
friend-
kusa. I'm going to say it on my side of my
No.
kusa. I'm going to say it on my side of my
stop
kusa.
clapping. He doesn't.
Help me say it.
Not everyone knows that I do things. I used to do things like that.
Yeah.
So don't bring it
I
up.
know, but let me just say the picture, the picture
Oh,
that
there's
you
a
painted.
picture!
No, the picture that you painted about your friendship of this long, decade-long friendship and seeing hookers together. I would assume that you would divulge that type of information to someone like him.
No, because I don't tell like him. Some certain people, like Sebastian. I can't look at
But it's
Sebastian
Eric.
Maniscalco.
You can't.
Yeah, I'm closer with Sebastian too. I went to his fucking wedding, right? But I can't look at Sebastian Maniscalco because I know how he is.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
paints his nails.
Yeah.
Right, he's cleanly. He's like a real
He gets,
cosmopolitan
like,
guy.
pedicures, Yeah.
Well, that's a weird example, though. I mean, we can't have regular friends. You and I can't have regular
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
We just can't.
But I can't look at Sebastian and go, "Hey, I sucked a couple of dicks in my life."
A couple?
When he was younger.
When I was younger. I was a kid.
Teenager.
But a couple? The first time is like, okay, you're experimenting, you're at Boy Scout camp, I get it. But the second one,
All with white boys.
I get
Okay.
it though. Asian guy and girl, they're the same from behind.
That's a really good one. You never. Let me say it. As a kid, you were
Pink
never
buttholes.
You were never molested.
What a question you ask somebody.
At the end of the podcast.
No, I'm
close to the end of the
no, I'm
podcast.
asking you a question. Have you ever been molested?
I've had issues in my life.
You've been molested.
What? I'm not going to talk about my molestation.
Yeah.
What a thing to ask someone.
What? Well, I thought we were
with
friends.
I'm with this lady. Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
tell you right now. I was molested.
Bobby,
Yeah.
you look at your Instagram of this podcast. It is
Yeah.
like a disturbing tale.
Of debauchery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I'm gonna
I'm
just.
just
say,
I'm just a guest
And we're
to this
so,
debauchery. Okay.
As a
and
friend-
we're so glad you're here,
Yeah.
Eric. We're so
and
happy
as a friend, I
you're
want to
here.
say I am so sorry that you were molested.
Oh my God. Great.
I really am. You're a
headlines.
good guy, and you have a good soul. I'm sorry that some man touched you in that way, inappropriately.
You don't know if it was a man or not.
Oh,
Ooh.
he lucked out.
And you also used to be a school teacher.
That's
Between
not a,
so when
that's
you
not
did
a luck out.
people don't know this, but
I mean,
Eric
if it
Eric was
was
a
like-
school teacher.
You were what grade?
Sort of.
He was a sub at like an elementary school.
I love
No,
subs.
not really.
What?
Why do you love subs?
Subs were like
What
my
the? What
favorite
were you?
part of
You weren't
school.
sort of a fucking school teacher.
Yeah, it was sort
and
of.
you were what? What were you then?
Well, we're not gonna go into my sordid past.
But anyway, he started comedy, but people don't know, and he quit because he was
I just quit. I just didn't
because of the open mic scene. It's
Yeah.
it's
It was brutal in LA.
brutal. In
especially
LA.
at that time.
Oh my god, it was the worst. People don't realize
I don't
how
even
bad
know-
it was.
I didn't even know how.
In the 90s, late 90s, right?
And then I didn't have like the mental constitution to like.
Yeah.
I remember being at this club called Mixed Nuts.
Oh
And,
yeah, I remember
it's a
Mixed
comedy
Nuts.
union
Yeah,
now.
yeah, comedy union.
And J. Anthony Brown was the host. So I'm this young comic. I got on this show, and like he's on stage killing, like that kind of black comic killing. That's like you're like, oh shit, okay. And then he doesn't know who's next. He looks out at the comics. Who next? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like literally, I was standing in the front, and I felt like everybody took one step back, and it was just me by myself. So I go up, I do like 1 minute, and he's giving me the light. I'm talking about like vigorously giving me the light. So I say on stage, man, I got the light already. But I was sucking a bag of dicks, right? And then when I get off stage, he proceeds to do like 20 minutes about how bad I was. Whoa. I even remember one of the jokes. He was
What was
like,
that?
he goes, you got the light already. Shit, people trying to set their girlfriend on fire to get you off stage.
Oh, and you're probably in the back crying, or
I
like
was in the back
livid.
like, wow, this is like, I was like 20-something years old. I was like, fuck, this is how it is.
Can I tell you the worst
and
thing that
and
happened
that
to
shit
me?
hurt
Did
me.
you-
I
did
didn't
you
get
grow-
back on stage for like 9 months.
Did you grow up here
Yeah, I
in
was
LA?
born in LA.
So all your open mics were here in LA then.
Yeah, and it was all weird
Yeah.
experiences having to go pay. Remember that place way out in like off Ventura? What was the name of that club? It was like a cabaret. It was something called
Yeah, I forgot what I never played it.
yeah. It was like, you
I
had
didn't
to,
have a car, so I couldn't get out there.
oh god, you had to pay $4 to like perform. I mean, it was the worst back in the
The
day.
worst fucking show I ever had, a showcase I had, was in front of an all-black crowd. And this is what happened. Abby calls me, my manager. She goes, sweetie, I got you an audition for Montreal, but I also invited Will Smith's production company and all these fucking people, right? And it's going to be at Freaky Monday. Not Freaky Monday. What was the Laugh Factory one? No, the improv one. It's Tuesday, like Freaky
Mo
Tuesday.
Better Mondays or something.
Something like that. Mo Better Monday.
Wow, and that's
Fucking brutal.
That one's combat comedy.
Right. So then they had this. What they had was 2 8-year-old rappers right before me.
Oh god.
It was like not Kid and Play. What's that two with the
Criss
reverse
Cross?
hands?
Criss-cross?
It was crisscross.
Oh shit.
It was crisscross. Right.
So you opened for Crisscross.
Right. No, I
after,
I went
right?
after them.
Followed
After the
Criss
crowd.
Cross.
So this is what happens.
they opened
so
for you.
So Montreal's there. Will Smith's production company, all black crowd. It's packed. All right. And these 2 kids go up there and they destroy the room.
Sure.
People are standing, dancing. It was insane. And then I forgot who the host was, but he said, "All right, now we got to go back to stand up, and this is a showcase. You know, me showcasing for
Make
Montreal."
it even worse.
The kids don't leave the stage.
What?
He tells the kids, "All right, well, you guys are done," and the audience is like, "No, we want them." Right? So the kids are up there, like, you know, on stage, kind of like, "We're gonna do another song," but this motherfucker goes, "Nah, Bobby Lee."
He doesn't even let them leave.
They're on the stage when I go up on stage.
So then, what do you?
Right? So I get up and I start telling my joke. I don't even know. I'm so young. I don't even know, like, hey, can you guys leave? Or nothing. I just kind of go into my act. All of a sudden, they're fucking booing me, this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm literally crying. Tears coming down my face. And I don't even finish. I start shaking and I get off. And I just remember this distinct moment. My friend Jonathan Gottsick came to see me. He's a white dude. And I remember him giving me a hug as if to say, good luck with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going to go back to San Diego and probably get a day job. You know what I mean? It was like one of those clubs. It literally scarred me for years.
Yeah, this is the same kind of thing that happened to me at that club. And I had a couple experiences like that. I remember I had just got knee surgery. Okay.
Why is that so funny?
I just got knee
because fat dudes, they need that. They get because
wasn't
of
bad at the
the
time.
weight. Because of the weight.
I was
and
like-
their
Blow out
knees
your
get
knee early?
I was
yeah,
like
their waist.
24, and I was playing basketball, and somebody. And anyway, so I tore my ACL. So I just got this surgery, so I had this crutches. So this buddy of mine calls, dude, they need a host at the Improv. You should come do it. I go, I got my crutches, and at the time I was like, well, you can't. You have to go. I go, and I, literally, like, I don't think I got one laugh. Like, everyone was just looking at me like
Oh
this.
my God.
It was like so brutal. And then I remember and then I thought, well, maybe it's the crowd. I remember the first comic I brought up. It was Earthquake.
Oh Lord.
I love him.
I was like, okay, everybody, Earthquake. The first thing out of his mouth, he starts killing. And then it's just bow, 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 bow. And then I had to bring up Dana Gould. And it was just and I'm just like.
Dana Gould after him?
Yeah. It just, my whole career was like that. I just felt this is my career. I'm on crutches and I'm down and out. And this is the worst experience ever. And so this is why, this is why the comedy scene now, these fucking young comics, man, they're so fucking spoiled, feeling so entitled about what they, and I'm just like, go pay some dues, bitch. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of my face.
This white dude who did a bringer room, I did Brian Marnock's bringer room.
Oh, don't get me started.
Right? So this white dude had been up 3 times, right? Walks up to me and goes, hey, see you around the circuit. And I went, this motherfucker said circuit.
Yeah.
Like, this is the Catskills.
I was doing a
Like
show.
we're in vaudeville or something. Like, the circuit?
And no
We
show.
haven't used that in 40 years, that word.
You know what they're doing?
There is no circuit for you.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, you're not in the circuit.
We're not on the same fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my! This is like, I remember this. You're not gonna like this one. What I'm about to say now, but
I've heard it all. Believe it or not.
there was this female comic. I'm not gonna say who. And I was like, I was like hollering at her a little bit, and she was like, "Well, I don't date people that I work with," and I was like, we don't work together. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is like, I'm president of the company and you work on the warehouse floor.
Yeah.
And I'm just passing through
I know.
saying, hey, how you doing? Like, we're not working together.
You know what the worst thing I did
Oh my God.
in that
That
situation?
shit pisses me the fuck off.
They were doing a fucking bringer room in the belly room, and this white chick who had been up her second time, she had done an okay set. I didn't see it, but she had gotten a little drunk, and she's coming down the stairs, and she's outwardly saying at the Comedy Store, "I just killed up there." You know what I mean? I just fucking killed, and you just hear her coming down the hallway. Now I'm in the hallway, right? And she walks up to me, and she goes, "Get out of the way." To me.
Oh, Lord.
God.
Right? I'm a paid regular, right?
Yeah.
And I go, "Nope." And she goes, "Who the fuck are you?" That's what she says.
Whoa.
I go, "I'm a paid regular here." And she's like, "Well, what's your name? I've never heard of you."
Oh,
And I said, "I'm
Lord.
gonna say that." I said this. I had a glass of Coke in my hand,
You
a
hit-
glass, right? I go, "Just watch me. This is the kind of power I have." I threw the glass up against the wall. It shattered. Middlecombe, Brendan, comes up behind me, cleans it, walks away, and I go, "There's nothing they can do."
That's pretty bad.
And you know what she said? "You're an asshole."
Yeah.
Because
Starts crying.
I hate that shit.
Don't get. I was doing this show.
We got a million. Yeah, do another one.
I was doing this show. You
Continue your story. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
All right, baby.
didn't have to tell us.
I'm just not in a good place. I'm in so much pain.
I was out in Humboldt, whatever it was, and because of all those bringer shows at the Comedy Store, these people are telling people, like, how what's your credits? These people are saying, "Oh, regular at the Comedy Store."
Oh, I hate
This guy
that.
comes up and I walk up to him and I was like, "Yeah, I don't I don't know you. Who are you? You know,
Yeah.
don't say that shit.
Yeah.
Because you're not a regular at the Comedy Store. Because you're disrespecting all that I had to do to get into that
You don't even
fucking place.
fucking know about what I'm about to say about that shit.
You know, you don't ever
You don't
say that again.
even fucking want to know what I have to say about that shit right now, man.
Why are you throwing
I don't know why. It gets me so angry. Here's another thing I hate, all right? When I hear this shit. He's been on Showtime, Tonight Show, HBO, and it's some guy you've never seen before.
Yeah.
You know what I say to him afterwards? When did you do the Tonight Show? I will go up to them, ask them. Well, I never was on the Tonight Show. Well, the motherfucker before you who brought you up said that you were on it. I know, it's just something I tell them to say. I go, no.
Oh
What?
Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I did the Tonight Show. And I don't even use that as an intro because I only did it once. That's how sacred that shit is.
Yeah.
Don't fucking lie.
I hate when people just bring you up and they just say whatever too. I say, hey,
no.
I have a credit. Just
Who
say
has
that.
the best intros
You know?
in the business?
Not you.
I don't.
No.
Oh, were you hoping? Were you hoping?
You think I want to? Okay, this is your classic intro for me. Oh, here's this guy, ugliest guy in the business. He looked hideous. My friend Eric. Why would the fuck would I want to be brought up like that?
I say, fuck you, sir.
Why would I want to be brought up like that?
Fuck you, sir.
Huh?
This is what I say. Fuck you, sir. Now, this next
That'd
guy
be like
comes.
going, here comes the gookiest guy I've ever met.
Fuck you, sir. What you're saying, you're not saying truth. Okay, I say shit like this. I talk about our relationship.
Oh, God help us.
Right? I say your credit's bullshit. Mm-hmm. Workaholics. I say that.
Which he hates
Jim
saying.
Carrey. Showtime. I've said that a couple of times.
That just happened.
It doesn't matter. I fucking
And you still add a little extra to it too, though.
Yeah, I say you're
Like,
the ugliest person I know.
if Bobby's gonna praise you, he has to tear you down twice as hard.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's got to be like,
I know.
I really like this guy, but he's a fucking ugly.
That's
bitch.
how he starts. Anytime he wants to
Yeah.
shit on me, he'll always say, "Sweetie, I love you." It's always prefaced with "I love you," and then he'll
trash you.
Yeah, he'll
That's what he does.
absolutely
You know?
destroy me,
If he gives you an orgasm, he has to shit on your face. That's how he is.
and he does.
What time is it?
Shit on your face.
1:10.
1:10. All right, dude. So I know you have a show to do.
I got plenty of time.
I know.
We got to do a question.
We only do an hour show.
Oh, all right.
You know, we keep it simple, right? And I want to just say this. Thanks for doing our show. And I also want to say this. We would love to have you back.
Yes.
Well, first of all, before we continue,
Okay, here we go.
let's just talk about this shit.
I already know what you're going to
Yeah,
talk
it's
about.
okay. It's okay, baby.
This traitorous fuck right here, okay? Him and I talked for 6, 9 months, a year, talking about we're going to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do a podcast.
We also went to All
And he
Things
was
Comedy
like-
together.
We went and met with somebody, and then he's in here like, I'm going to make this room into a podcast room. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is great. We're going. All right, I can't wait, Bobby. All of a sudden, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm doing a podcast with my girlfriend. I was like, you? Bros before hoes, dude.
No.
Let me tell you something, Eric. Let me tell you
Let me tell you
something. No.
something. Go ahead,
I'm
babe.
going to interject 1 second because
You traitorous fuck.
Go
let me
ahead,
tell
baby.
you
You left
something.
our fire team on Destiny,
Wow.
and now you did this to me. But
Let
I'm
me-
glad to be here.
No, Eric, listen. When you guys first talked about doing the podcast, I facilitated. I told him I will set up the whole room for you and Eric. I will do whatever I can.
Oh, I know this is your fault. I'm just trying not. You had surgery, and I'm trying not to fucking get on you. You Jezebel. Like this.
I will and I told
Yoko
Bobby
Ono
this.
over here, fucking breaking up the Beatles. She came and John. You know, maybe we should do an album together. Maybe it should be us, baby. I know what the fuck happened.
Eric, I am in duress.
And this traitorous fuck was like, okay, baby, you're right. We should do a podcast.
Oh, baby, you're Yoko. You broke up the Beatles.
I never fucking asked him to do this. As a matter of fact, I
You just
pushed.
implied it.
No, I pushed for you, and I kept reminding him he had to do one with you. But you know, he doesn't reply to
It was probably
messages.
during some head, though. So maybe.
Maybe.
We should use Eric, but I mean, I have opinions too, and it's your choice.
I remember when
You manipulated him.
I remember hearing your conversation when he told you that he was doing it with me. I heard you.
I've been with a Filipino. I know what you did to him.
Yeah.
I did some
But
good
can I
shit
say
on
this?
With some
him.
adobo. And
I fed him pancit.
Yeah.
I baited him in. You're right.
But you know what? I mean, I don't regret the decision.
And you know what? And I
I
can
don't.
see that.
can't say that out loud.
No, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this,
Look,
you
you
motherfucker. Okay.
You got a good podcast.
I
It's
really
going
love
great.
you. I really do as a friend. I really love you, but I love the situation.
Of course.
And you're doing great in life, and you're going to do even greater things. And I'm proud to know you. And let's end this fucking thing.
How about this though,
This
Eric?
podcast is like your relationship. You
But
didn't want
Eric-
to do it at first, and it worked out okay.
Yeah.
But also, who's to say people do 2 or 3 podcasts? What's stopping you from doing
Well,
one
we were
with Eric
supposed to do
now?
that Making a Murderer one.
We have to still do that.
I
we
think
have to do
I
it.
still have a lot of
can talk
things
about
We
written
can talk
down.
about
Yes.
it. Yeah.
A lot of things we can
That,
talk
you know
about.
what? You know we should. You know we should because we have this facility now. We should try to.
Facility. You mean your second bedroom?
Yes, it's the only thing
But
he's
we got
ever going to show
equipment.
up to. He's never going to show up to
So
anything
you put a
else.
microphone in it, it becomes a facility? I mean, did you hear this guy?
No, but
My
Just because you
sheriff
buy
is-
Magnum condoms doesn't mean you have a big dick. Okay?
dude, you have a question? We do a question with the emails,
Alright.
and you help us.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Erik Griffin.
Best podcast. Bobby is art, Khalyla is science, and Gilbert is the finishing touch.
Okay.
What do you guys? He didn't phrase this right. Do you think you guys? How do you know when you know the person of your dreams? The person you grow old with. How do you know when it's that person?
Oh my God.
That's like the worst fucking
You
question
don't never
ever.
know.
I can answer this.
Ooh,
Yeah, go ahead.
It's because you've opened yourself up and you've given yourself time to like get to know someone and be vulnerable and let them see all your faults, all your strengths, and all your weaknesses, and that person accepts you, and then you've grown into this relationship together, and then that's when you're like, oh wow, you're just there. You know what I mean? You don't meet the person and then be like, oh, this is the person in my
Okay,
dreams.
but see, a lot of
it
women.
just happens.
But a lot of people are under this conception that the idea that you're just gonna know or have that inkling or that feeling upon meeting someone for the first time that they're your absolute soulmate.
Those are women who are under 30 who are stupid.
I feel men are delusional, just as equally delusional like that. Like I've been with
Not
men,
like-
I'm like, I knew it from the start. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to fucking kiss you.
Yeah.
So-
People are slaves to their shallowness. You know, you think that people think fucking is the reason why they're going to stay together forever, and no, that's the first thing that's going to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see that, baby? It's
You
left
guys-
us, huh? It's left us.
Hey,
I love you, baby.
what's your guys' sex life like? It's like once
Well,
every
the
3 or
foot has
4
gone
weeks?
in the way.
My foot.
So what's happened
Because
is
I-
his
no,
foot has
no.
actually caused my vagina to itch lately.
Yeah, my foot. My
Don't
itchy-
put your foot in her. You must have
No,
a
no,
really
I
little
scratch-
dick.
I scratched my
foot fucker.
I scratched my fingers on my
Narcissist?
foot, and it got to her vagina. We've had problems.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about that right now. We're talking about this fucking question about life love.
For,
All right.
For Miss,
So
for
that's
Bandit,
it.
yeah,
So
for
that's
Bandit.
it. Okay.
You know what? Life love is when you can make someone's pussy itch because of your nasty foot,
And she stays.
And she stays.
That's
Oh,
exactly what it
that's-
is.
That's
That's
what the fuck love is.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Love is like when you have French fries. Love is not sharing your French fries. Love is being able to say, "Hey, get your own fucking French fries." That's when you can say that to someone and then know that it's okay.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah.
Or
Like
that
I'm
false-
Michael Jackson. You're the silver glove. You
When
know
he
what I mean?
picked
And
me up on a first date, it was in a.
I don't.
That doesn't make any sense.
Where are you right now?
I'm just trying to say
Your
it
brain.
fits.
Remember,
glove
extortion,
fits.
extortion.
Extortion. Yeah.
No more black people references for you.
Well, he
like, at
was
all.
oily though. His hair.
I know. He's
Remember,
right.
that's why he
Yeah,
got
yeah.
set on fire in that video.
Oh, he did. That's right.
And
Yeah, Jerry, if this was a podcast in the 80s, you would be 100% correct. You know, because like that
It's
oil
just
in
the
the
hair product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a Jerry curl, you're oily.
Which one of you
That's not
motherfuckers just
racist.
farted?
I did.
Oh, good lord! I just ate it.
I know you did.
Okay, we gotta
I
end
want to
this
say
shit 'cause
this
the
right
air is
now. I want to
toxic
say this.
now.
We need you to have you back because you're great. Okay.
I love you so much, Eric.
We love you for coming.
And
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
I
Come
just wanted.
on.
I see. We gotta get out.
Eric-
of
Cancel it. Stop
Wait,
it now.
Eric, really quick. Anything you want to promote? Twitter handles, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's at Eric. I'm at Erik Griffin on everything. ErikGriffin. You know, Snapchat, Twitter, Shots, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder. That's me.
Ooh.
And then check him out on that new show on Showtime. Is that coming
Yeah,
out?
it's called I'm Dying Up Here. Well, we haven't started shooting yet, but you know, I'm going to be on the second season of Blunt Talk, so look for me to be on a few
Sir
episodes of
Patrick
that.
Stewart.
Yeah. So, you know, and Workaholics is on right now, and then it'll probably be back for season 7 also. So look out for me.
Check out Eric, guys. Khalyla, any Bobby
Thanks,
shows?
Eric. God, see, he doesn't even know his fucking tour dates.
By the way, if you're
I'm
not
still
watching the
dying.
video on this, she's covering her nose right now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to self
Bobby shows. If you can just check him out at www.
Yeah, go to bobbyleelive.com for tour dates. His next shows are going to be April 21st to the 23rd in Texas, 3 different Texas cities, and after that May 6th or 7th or May 5th or 6th. Just check on the website. But he's gonna do 2 nights at Gotham Comedy Club in New York. Is it still there? Okay, it's gone. And God, follow us on Twitter at the TigerBelly, on Instagram at TigerBelly. Write your questions to the TigerBelly, and for fuck's sakes, you guys, be nice. We do this shit for free. Don't extort us. Don't try to fucking
sure
profit. Don't try to profit from people who don't profit from giving you entertainment. That's just ass backwards, and that's mean, and that's cruel, and you're an evil fucking person if you do that to us. And to anybody who's upset that the episode was taken down, you guys get on those type of people. Get on those evil motherfuckers who think that they can profit from something that's not profiting. So that's my piece. My tits still hurt like a motherfucker, so I'm sorry if I wasn't as active participant today. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
And make sure you check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TigerBelly.
Oh, I forgot that.
Also, you want to just address the vlog really quick?
That's right. I'm sorry that we didn't put out a vlog this Monday, and that's because it's because of the surgery, and I've had a very, very, very rough week, and a lot of things happened that we didn't anticipate. And but expect a vlog next week, and maybe extra bonus content just to say we're sorry. And we love you guys for listening, and we will see you next week.
All right. Peace out, guys. And on Gilbert's end, really quick, while Khalyla's saying bye and leaving, make sure you check out our Instagram at TigerBelly. Make sure you check out, I think you said the Twitter at the TigerBelly. And also check out our Reddit, TigerBelly. And if you go on our Instagram, you can also find our P.O. box if you want to send us anything. All right. See you guys later. And follow George Kimmel, our producer, at Gilbits. Bye.
Kau dapat kami lebih buruk kaya kapag ditulog mo Syukulog mo na suko juga kumu pakai ki syukumula kau